All right, Year 12 software engineers, let's talk. Your big programming for the web assessment is coming up, and we're going to break down a game plan your teacher, Mr. Zamora, has put together to help you absolutely nail it. It's called the CADIF model, and trust me, you're going to want to know about this. So, you are staring down the barrel of a major project, right? A full-on progressive web app. This thing is a massive part of your final mark, and the biggest hurdle is often just, where on earth do I start? You know the feeling. Staring at a completely blank editor, that little blinking cursor just mocking you. The pressure to come up with something totally new, completely from scratch, it can be absolutely paralyzing. And hey, every single developer has been there. But here's the thing, a little secret from the industry, the pros, the people building the apps you use every single day, they almost never start from a blank page. They have a much smarter strategy, and that's exactly what you're about to learn. Okay, let's dive in. This strategy is called the Cloning Adaptive Driven Innovation Framework. Yeah, it's a mouthful, so we just call it CADIF. And for your PWA project, this is going to be your secret weapon. So what exactly is it? Well, to put it simply, CADIF is all about standing on the shoulders of giants. Now, this isn't about mindless copying, not at all. It's a professional process. It's about learning from what already works, adapting those proven solutions, and then, this is the key part, injecting your creativity where it will have the most impact. This is how the real world of software development works. Okay, so let's get practical. How do you actually use this thing? Well, CADIF is broken down into a super clear 4-phase game plan. Think of this as your roadmap to get from that scary blank screen to a polished, high-quality PWA. Phase 1 is all about leveraging what's already out there. Before you write a single line of code, you need to do your research. Look at successful apps in the same space. So if you're building a task manager, you'd go study Trello or Asana. Figure out their core features, their layouts. This isn't cheating, it's smart reconnaissance. And it directly helps you justify your design choices for those all-important NES outcomes. In Phase 2, you put on your detective hat. You're now a user experience investigator. You're not just looking at what features an app has, but how they actually work for the user. How do they handle logins? How is data displayed? How does the navigation feel? You need to open up those developer tools and really inspect how they're built. A perfect example is checking out Canvas interface. See how beautifully it adapts from desktop to mobile? You're learning what good UI UX feels like. Now, Phase 3 is where your own innovation really shines through. Adapt and tweak. You see, you're not just rebuilding Google Calendar brick for brick. You're taking its proven, solid event creation system, and then you're adding your unique twist. Maybe it's a built-in assignment tracker specifically for students. This is how you go from being just a clone to creating something genuinely new and valuable. And finally, we get to Phase 4, which is all about being smart with your code. Dive into open source projects on GitHub. Why build an entire authentication system from the ground up when you can find a well-made secure Flask boilerplate? You implement that, and then you customize it. By adopting these proven technical patterns, you build a much more robust and secure app, and you do it way, way faster. I know. 4 phases can still feel like a lot to juggle when you're deep in a project. So Mr. Zamora built a super simple memory hack right into the system. To keep it all straight, all you have to do is remember to put on your developer robe. See, robe makes the whole process easy. R is for research. Go find what already works. O is for observe. Figure out why it works for users. B is for build better. Clone the core ideas and then add your unique value on top. And E is for execute. Use proven code patterns to build it efficiently and effectively. Research, observe, build, execute. That's the whole game plan. Look, if you only take one single thing away today, let it be this sentence. This is the entire CADIF philosophy boiled down. Use robe. Research what works. Observe why it works. Build it better. Execute it smarter. Burn that into your brain. So, why are we going to all this trouble? Let's talk about the payoff, because this is about so much more than just getting a good mark on one assessment. This is about learning how to think and work like a professional software engineer. This slide really lays out the choice you're making. The old way? That's about reinventing the wheel, staring at that blank page and basically just guessing what users might want. But the CADIF way? That means learning from the very best, starting with solutions you know work, and focusing your energy on solving real problems. It's a no-brainer. So let's just boil it down to the 4 key benefits. 1, you will develop faster, period. 2, you'll build a better app because you're using industry best practices. 3, and this might sound weird, you'll actually be more creative because you can innovate where it really counts. And 4, this is industry aligned. You're learning the exact process that drives success at massive companies like Microsoft and Canva.
Okay, you've got the framework, you know the why and the how. Let's wrap up with a few killer tips to make sure you put this into practice and really maximize those marks.
Here's your final checklist for success. First, make GitHub your best friend for finding templates. Second, use those developer tools like a microscope to dissect real-world apps. Third, document every single decision in your folio. And finally, this is the big one. You have to explicitly map every step of your CADIF process back to the NISA outcomes. This shows the marker you're not just coding, you are engineering a solution. So, there you have it. That blank page is no longer your enemy. You now have a professional framework to guide you from start to finish. The only question left is, what will you find that already exists? And what will you build better? Now go get started. Good luck.